Hey there, sweeties. Jazzy here, and welcome to my very first vlog. I'm sorry I sound so tired, and I'm sorry I look like shit. I just woke up at balls fucking AM for this concert today. I don't know why. I guess I'm excited. My very first concert, and I'm trying to learn to vlog, so hopefully I'll do that okay. So everything, I'm gonna try and take you with as much as I can. There are probably some things I won't be able to record, but otherwise I'll do what I can and talk to you guys in a sec. Hey there, guys. Alright, I am back and I am ready for the concert. I am driving down there now and I'm actually really fucking late. So let me give you a little eye cam. Yeah, I got my eyes done. Got all that ready. But I'm driving so Alright, guys, so that was the end of my footage for my concert and kind of my vlog for the day. I'm sorry I didn't record more, but honestly, it was my first concert and I wanted to be fully present and I wanted to be there with Josh and Matt and Mike and Ian, and I wanted to feel it with them. So that's what I did. And I feel like us as a society really are so obsessed with our phones that we are not present. Like, we're so behind our phones and we don't see something amazing right in front of us. And I think that's just really sad. But that's me ranting again. Alright, so I'm going to talk about what happened at the concert, driving down there, my overall experience with it. It was an incredible concert and it was better than I could have ever imagined. But it almost didn't happen because I was driving down there. I was early. I was Sheila-y. I was feeling myself. My hair was all crazy. Like, I had my lingerie on and, like, my heels, and it was, like, good. Okay, let me explain the lingerie. First of all, I wear lingerie on the daily. Like, that's just my thing. But that is not why I wore it to the concert. I wore it because I was Sheila-y from the Purple Rain tour in 1984 to 1985. And Prince had a requirement for everybody who went to the concert that they went in lingerie. So I don't just go around in lingerie just for the hell of it, though. Being as naked as possible is kind of my thing. But it was cool. I had my thigh-high stockings on. I had my drumsticks stuffed in my thigh-high stockings just because it just... keep in mind, like, listen, if you are trying to learn drums, which I am in the process of learning, always wear thigh-high stockings to your concerts. Because, listen, all you need to do is just throw them in there, and then if you need it, be like, I'm ready to rock. It's a good place to keep them. So, yeah, so driving down there was really bad. Something that only was supposed to take an hour ended up taking about 4 hours, and I missed the meet and greet with Josh and the boys, which I was heartbroken about because I was like, man, I could have gotten my picture. I spent all this money, but I was late. I was really late, so I get how I couldn't, like, sit down and meet them, and I ended up meeting them later, so it really wasn't all bad. But I was so frustrated, and I, like, had to call my mom, like, I'm about to turn this fucking car around. I cannot find a parking space anywhere. And she was just like, you paid all this fucking money. You better go to that concert. So I did, and I'm really glad I did. So to start off, the Mainland performed, which I thought was really cool, and then they were a good band. I actually didn't know that they were having somebody intro the band, but I'm happy they did. It was cool. It kind of warmed us up a little bit. They were good guys. And then I'm sorry, talking about this makes me laugh every time it happens. I think about it. So there was this chick behind me. Apparently people favor Josh over the rest of the boys, which I'm going to talk about how much I think that's wrong in a second. But this chick was like, how tall is Josh? Because he came out and he's really tall. And I was going to tell her, I was about to turn around and be like, he's 6'2". Reason I know he's 6'2" is because my dad was that tall. So I like tall people. So I was like fascinated with how tall he was. And she was like, I'll tell you how tall he is. He's 6 foot sexy. I was like, girl, yes. And I'm cracking up in front of them, and I'm trying not to show them that I'm cracking up, because I'm like, how could that line was so great. And the way she said it was just so guttural and like deep, like it was real sexy. I was like, girl, yes. So that made me laugh. And then there was the irritation for the whole thing. Keep in mind, I was in a tight ass corset and heels and thigh high stockings that were cutting off circulation in my thighs, and it was bad. And this dude was complaining about how he did some drills and the day before, which I get. You get sore, you're standing for a while, makes sense. But he mentioned it about 4 or 5 times about how he was so sore, and it made me upset because it was during the concert and I'm trying to listen, and he's sitting there fucking talking about how sore he is, and I'm like, dude, I'm in heels and a corset. You have no right to talk to me about how sore you are. So that bothered me. But now we're in the concert, and the concert's going, and it's really cool, and they played some old songs, they played some new songs. I personally, I feel like the whole favoritism thing is kind of crap when you favor one person over the other. And I know I'm talking about the concert, but like, why would you do that? Yeah, Josh writes the songs, but there are so many other people in the band, and they all bring something amazing to it. Without the instruments, Josh would not have a full song. And people seem to forget that, so they say, oh yeah, Josh is the lead singer, Josh is so hot. And I just, why? And then people, I feel like this has become a whole rant video about how people are annoying, but literally, people were grabbing on them, like grabbing on their no regions and like their legs, and like it freaked me out, because I was like, they didn't tell you could get in their space. And then Josh thinks he's a fucking acrobat or some shit. He gets on the speaker and he like flips out into the audience like, I am here. And I got areas all up in my face, and I was just like, okay, this is happening. And it got to the point where I had to like back up because it was getting so close to my face, and I'm like, if you move and I don't move, like, I'm gonna get all in my face. So but people were grabbing on him. Just don't do that, guys. It's really disrespectful. Like, if he puts his hand out to like touch, like, that's fine, I guess, but like voluntarily trying to grab on them is not cool. And then Mike, let me tell you, Mike kept coming to our like little speaker, and he does this thing where he like crouches when he's playing his guitar, and this chick was getting all Mike all in her face, and I was like, And she looked like she was looking at a candy that was about to be unwrapped. She was so excited. She was like, and I'm like, listen, I understand, girl, but don't, like, just keep your face, put it under control. He can see you. And it was funny. But, hey, I don't blame her. Nice. So they're performing, and one thing that I think's really cool about Josh when he performs is the fact that every single time he's on that stage, he brings his soul to that stage. He lays it out for everybody to feel with them, and I could feel, I kind of read people, so I could feel that he was having a hard time, and there was his movements, and he'd do certain movements, and I'd be like, okay, he's really struggling with this song right now. And not only could I tell, but the band people could tell too. Like, they almost all feel it together, because I guess they felt how much pain Josh was in after everything that he'd been through this past couple of years. And you saw them looking at him like, we're here for you. Like, giving him some solidarity, like, you are not doing this alone, we are here with you. And I just thought that was so cool. It makes you realize how much of a family they are. They truly are an amazing family. And I mean, you kind of have to be. You're on tour with these people for months at a time. You're not with your girlfriends. You are not with your, like, Mike has a kid and he's not with Tristan. And that's just, I can't even imagine, like, how hard that could be for him. And then they're all being away from their significant others and their family. And it's just, I just feel like that would be so isolating. Even though you're with your family in a way, it's isolating in itself, you know? So I admire that. I admire that about Josh. I admire that about the boys. Like, it's hard doing what they do, and they do it real good. So The one song that I knew was really hard for Josh was While We're Young. And I know that because it's very hard for me as well. That was the one song out of all the songs that I've heard by them that reminds me of my dad, like in a really big way, and how much I miss him. And this song is basically saying how you don't know, and people could be gone, and you just gotta be with them and be present with them now. And it hit me really hard because I was like, man, my dad. And so I'm crying, and he looks like he's about to cry, and I'm just like, Josh, I feel you with this. And it was difficult, and I was at a concert, so I shouldn't be crying, but I was. So thank you for Josh. Thank you for Josh. Thank you for Josh. No, thank you for that, Josh. That's what I meant to say. So yeah, concert was really amazing. Then afterwards, they actually came out and started meeting people. Like, they came out and they were drinking, and I figured out that Matt likes Jack and Cokes, which, I mean, I feel him there because those are like my favorite drinks in the world. Not that I've tried it or anything. I mean, I'm 20. That's no. Speaking of 20, so story time. I go up to Ian and I'm like, I'm Sheila E. And he's the drummer, so he knows. And he was like, oh, Sheila E is so hot. And I'm like, yeah, I know she's really hot. And then I'm like, I just hope I did her justice. And then he's like, yeah, you got the curly hair down. And I feel like he was kind of trying to watch his words, because I kind of look like a 14-year-old and I didn't have the little wristband on, so he could probably tell like I wasn't 21, but I think he thought I was young to the point where I was 14, because there were 14-year-olds that were down there. And I'm just like, Ian, if you want to flirt with me, like, go all for it. I'm gonna be 21 in a month. Like, you're good. I haven't been jailbait for 3 years. You're fine. I feel like I should wear a keychain that's like, I am not jailbait. I may look like a prepubescent 14-year-old, but I am not jailbait. So, yeah, maybe I should get something that says I'm 21 when I turn 21. Then next time, if you want to, Ian, I'm down. But not like that. See, I wonder if I can go one video without making a disgusting joke. I think I could do that. I feel like we should do a drinking game on that. Every time I make a disgusting comment, you take a shot. Oh, we'd be wasted. So, met all of them. I gave Mike his gift for Tristan, I know how to say his name. Tristan likes Avengers, so I got him an action figure and some comics. And I think Mike really liked it. And it's so nice. I mean, I didn't get any gifts for the other guys. I just wrote like a letter to them. And I wrote it when I was like 3 o'clock in the morning, so it's probably the punctuation's all off and the sentence structure, and I probably spelled some things wrong, but I wanted them to know that pretty much the note was that you guys all make an amazing band, and every single one of you, I do not favor one over the other. And I wrote little notes to every single one of them, so if they ever read it, I hope they appreciate it. I mean, if they don't, or they don't read it, it was nice to actually write it down, because I can't say things to people. Like, I really keep things to myself, always have. So it was kind of like, this is how I feel. I'm not going to be able to say it. I'm going to be awkward as shit, because I went and I put my hand out for Josh, because, he doesn't like being touched. And I was just like, I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable. I just want, and then he's like, wow. And I think I made him irritated, and I'm like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, and then I tried to take a picture with him, and I don't know where to put my hands. And he's like, what? And I'm like, you don't like being touched? And he's like, I don't want people hugging me. You can wrap your arm around me. It's not a big deal. And I was like, okay. So I got my hands on his naked hips, and he wrapped his arm around that was nice. But yeah, so pretty much that's all that happened with the concert. But I will say one thing that like really irritated me, and I won't make it too long. Another ranting. This chick asked Josh for his, she was like, can I get a selfie? And then she handed him a CD. Like a fucking CD, and be like, oh yeah, I sing, so if you could check that out, that would be cool. What? Like, in what universe would you think that's okay? They just went and did this amazing concert for you, and they're meeting people, which they do not need to do. They do it because they're genuine guys. And then you're sitting there like, oh, I know you just gave us this amazing concert, but like, here's a CD of me singing. And I'm just like, don't fucking do that. Guys, don't ever fucking do that. That's not cool. Like, if he's on the street or something walking, just be like, oh yeah, you do singing, so here you go. But in a concert, ugh, stupid. I don't even think he kept it. I think he threw it in the trash. At least that's what I would have done. So yeah, I just have some sense, guys. I know your mama raised you better than that. And this video has become 13, 14 minutes of me just talking. I am sorry. I have a problem with my talking, guys. I'm trying to work on it, but just talking, you guys, is so much fun. Even though nobody watches, but like, yeah. So if you like this video, like, subscribe, do what you do. Next week I'm coming with this cool, heavy editing video, and I'm really excited where it goes, what I'm doing with it. I'm not going to say what it is, but if you guys want to see it, it's coming up next week, and it should be coming up before 10 o'clock at night, because I know this is coming up very late. So sorry about that, but thank you for watching, but unfortunately that's all for this video, but we will always have the next one.